Hello, everyone, and welcome to 100 of Football Sports Talk Radio. I'm your host this morning, Logan Landers, and today I'm going to be covering the Miami Hurricanes 2022 recruiting class. See how many more of these young men are going to be playing at, let me throw it up the hand segment here, the U in 2022 and beyond. I can't wait to get into it, but before I get started, if you enjoy this video here live on Facebook and YouTube, like, comment, share it, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any of our great football action. And if you listen to our podcast, well, you're in luck because we are available on any major and pretty much every podcast streaming platform: Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music. Shout out to Overcast. Really, anywhere I can think of for podcasts, we are on there with over 600 plus episodes on there, almost 1,000 on YouTube, and over 1,000 plus on Facebook. There's always some amazing football content for you to enjoy at all times of the day during all seasons, whether you're in the off season or whether we're in the playoff season like we are in right now for the NFL. Let's stop beating around the bush, right? Let's get into it. Let's talk about some of these prospects here for the Miami Hurricanes. Let me get my screen pulled up here. Of course, using 24/7 Sports, where I always use to get all of these amazing prospects. They go really in depth, and I like the way they have everything set up. It's pretty easy to read, and hopefully you guys enjoy it because it's been a pleasure for me to talk about all these young men. All right, here we have the Miami 2022 football recruits. As you can see, they are 37th ranked. Fifth in the ACC with Coach Mario Cristobal, the new head coach. We'll see what the U can do. And also just keep in mind, guys, this is the current recruiting class as of January 26th at 9:15 a.m. So with National Signing Day being in early February, I think in February 2nd, maybe. I might be wrong on that, but early February, I know. There's going to be some more guys added and dropped. But so these are all the young men who are there at the moment. So, talk about some transfers. They have four of them. We have Jake Lichtsteiner coming over from USC, who is a defensive lineman. Wide receiver Frank Ladson coming over from Clemson. From Ole Miss, Henry Parrish, the running back. And finally, from UAB, Antonio Moultrie, the edge rusher. So, we'll see what those guys get in terms of playing time. All right, so as you can see here, they have a total of 10 guys who have signed 11-10, so a little bit on the smaller side. So we'll see how many more get added in the very near future. First, we have Jaden Harris coming up from Riverwood High School in Atlanta, Georgia. Big shout out to all the Georgia recruits who are making it happen at college level. He's a quarterback, 6'1", 180, three-star recruit, 931st ranked national player, 84th in position, and 92nd in the state. So shout out to all of the Georgia natives. There's going to be another one here in just a second. But next we have Isaiah Horton coming from Oakland High School in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. A wide receiver who's 6'3", 190 pounds, a four-star recruit, 336 nationally, 48th in position, 11th in his state. So while they might not have gotten the most amount of guys, they only, they have one 3-star and a bunch of 4-stars coming up. So they made work with what they have. So we'll see what Horton and Harris can do. Markeith Williams, the safety, is up next from Evans High School in Orlando, Florida. A safety who is 6'1", 170 pounds even. 4-star recruit, 283rd ranked national player, 26th in the position, and 33rd out the state. Got to have a solid defensive back, got a good secondary in order to succeed in the ACC and in college football. So they're hoping to build that up with both with Mr. Williams and Harris. We have a quarterback by the name of Jacuye Brown coming from Lowndes High School in Valdosta, Georgia. 6'4", 205 pounds, 265th ranked national player, 18th in the position, and 22nd in the state. Miami still, they've had some trouble at quarterback over the years trying to find the right guy with injuries and just underperforming. So maybe Jacuye Brown can snap that, and maybe he can get things right at the U once again. We have a linebacker, Wesley Besan, coming up from Miami Central High School in Miami, Florida. 6'1", 205, 4-star recruit, 178th ranked national player, 18th in position, and 22nd in his state. So they're going pretty good on defense here. They're getting a good mix of offense and defense, and you like to see it. We have an athlete, right? So a guy who they're not sure where he's going to slot yet. They're going to put him at special teams here on 24/7 by the name of Chris Greaves, coming from Bishop Verot High School in Fort Myers, Florida. He's 6'1", 175, a 4-star recruit, 154th ranked national player, 5th in his position, and 19th in the state. So good size here, good speed, and we'll see how he slots in the near future. Going back to the defensive backs with Kamari Rogers from Holmes County High School in Lexington, Mississippi. 6 foot 150, so a little bit on the smaller side, right? 4-star recruit, 110th ranked nationally, 15th in position, 3rd in his state. I'm curious what our guy Bobby Butler has to think about this guy, because he's on the smaller side, right? Much like Bobby was back in college. So we'll see if they ask him to bump up any weight, or if they want to keep him as is. We'll see how he does. But best of luck to his future as a Hurricane. We have Jaleel Skinner coming up next, a tight end who's 6'5", 216 from IMG Academy in Bradenton, Florida. 4-star recruit, 96th ranked national player, 3rd in his position, and 15th in his state. So good size here at the 6'5", a little bit on the smaller side with 215. So it's definitely going to be more of a vertical threat, I would assume. And we'll see how he can do in the future. We have Nigelique Kelly from Dillard High School in Fort Lauderdale, Florida up next. Defensive lineman, 6'4", 240. A 4-star recruit, 89th ranked nationally, 13th in position, and 14th in his state of Florida. So looking good here. We have 3 guys in the top 100 for the Hurricanes, so they've done a good job with that. And we'll see how Mr. Kelly can produce, how many sacks he can rack up, and how many tackles he can get as a Miami Hurricane for the U. And finally, our last recruit here for the day is Cyrus Moss from Bishop Gorman High School in Las Vegas, Nevada. Edge rusher who's 6'6", 220, a 4-star recruit, 60th ranked national player, 7th in his position, and 2nd in the state. So I think overall a very solid recruiting class. Like I said, not the most amount of guys, but there are going to be some more added in the near future, I'm sure. But at the moment, I think Miami did a great job. Like you see, 37th ranked nationally. Last year in 2021, they were 11th. And I mean, we're still got to see how those guys can project. So they're looking good here. They've done a good job with this class, a very even amount, right, with offensive and defensive players. A quick breakdown: they had five guys come from Florida, 2 from Georgia, 1 from Mississippi, 1 from Nevada, and 1 from Tennessee. For the positions, they had a quarterback, 2 receivers, 2 defensive linemen, 1 linebacker. They had 3 defensive backs, and 1 person on the special teams unit. So overall, I like the way Miami did this. Like I said, they did a very good job. They spread everything out on offense and defense. And, Miami's still trying to get back to, they had a solid season. They're trying to get back, into that top ranking. So we'll see how long it'll take for them to get there. But I think that with this recruiting class, I think things are looking up. And we'll see how the U can do in the near future. So once again, if you enjoyed this video or this episode of the podcast here today, please be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and leave a review. We go live each and every single week on Facebook and YouTube. We have clips of all of our shows over on Instagram at 100 to Football. And like I mentioned, if you haven't done so already, please go and check out the podcast at 100 to Football. Available anywhere you stream your podcast. Here is us on Spotify. Just type in 100 to Football. You see the logo on the 50-yard line with over 650, I believe now, 650 plus episodes of amazing football content. There's always something over there. I'm talking about Legends interviews, more recruiting specials like this, draft prospects, history specials, anything and everything football related. We have it over there on the podcast. We're getting close to 1,000 episodes on YouTube and over 1,000 plus on Facebook. So there's plenty of content for you to go and watch and listen to at 100 to Football. I've been your host this morning. You've been Logan Landers. You've been listening to the Miami Hurricanes 2022 recruiting class. Guys, have a tremendous day, and we will talk to you again on another live episode here in just a little bit. We'll see you then.